Hey Gemini, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so take what works, leave what doesn't. Check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus for other storylines or other energy waves if this one doesn't catch your fancy. And let's see. And I was going to say something else, but I can't remember. All right, we're going to start with this Oracle Mystical Moments deck for an intuitive vibe of where we're going here. All right, we are grateful for the accurate message we are about to receive for Gemini. All right, Gemini. Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to put those ones back. And I'll take these four. All right, let's hop to it. We got a lot of work to do today. Oh, wow. All very familiar cards this week. Fascinating how that goes. All right, we've got secrets. We've got something you'd like to open up about, or something inside yourself that you'd like to open up. You have the means to do it. You have the keys. It's just a matter of mood. You're not ready yet, but you can. You've got whatever you need to open up this either part of yourself or open up to somebody else. And you have it. You've come prepared. Actually, you've come up to this stool way up high above. You brought your stool over and you climbed up on it, and you brought your keys with you so you don't have to go back down and get them. So that's how close you are to opening up about something and sharing something. Or may not be sharing, it may be just opening up something about yourself. And then we have, oh, I like these. I kind of wish I would have done that different, but then we have abracadabra. So this is a lot about growth. Your mind has grown, you've grown so much, you've rocketed up. And abracadabra is about magic words. It's about bringing things into existence, but it's a word-focused thing. So our minds have grown. This is a spiral here representing growth as we move through our cycles with our life. Every time we repeat a lesson or come back to a similar place where we have to deal with the same issues we had to deal last time, every time we come back to that place, we've grown a little bit. And that's the spiral to me. And then here she's got a magic wand and she's touching the stars. So there's something magical about your words this week. They're going to be able to accomplish something that maybe you didn't even think was possible, but you've grown so much and the way you communicate has grown so much that you're here to, you can touch the stars this week. You've grown a lot. And there's this wedding dress here too, which is fascinating to me. I mean, that can mean like commitment, some sort of commitment, maybe something you've been really committed to your growth, or you've been really committed to growing in this way, and you now have the ability to talk about it. There's a lot of astrology involved here too, dear Gemini. So you may want to be looking into that a little more. But this is a lot of growth, especially about the way you talk about something, the way you frame something, and the way you communicate with others. We have this one as well. This is Miss Sunshine. She's got this darkness, this heaviness down here, but she's really focused on, she's been able to flip this narrative. So maybe this is the narrative we're talking about in these magic words, where she's been able to flip her storyline, flip her narrative here, so that this heaviness is down here, and now she's instead of a victim, or instead of being in the dark, in this darker place, she's now a hero and she's moving up. And here we see these divine, this connection to the divine here that's pulling her up into sunshine. And her mind is just the glow here now. She's learned how to love life without it having to be perfect and having everything go exactly her way or be in her favor. She's learned how to be grateful for what she does have and not be bogged down by, I mean, we all have this stuff is not working out and we're like, oh my gosh. But she's learned how to be grateful and have that gratitude and that brightness of the mind, even while this stuff is still here and still going on. So this could be about these words. You could be unlocking this ability to love your life no matter even with the darker parts of it and the parts that remain unresolved. We also have Queen Bee. We have two enormous looming women in this situation. So Queen Bee is somebody who's they're both things. They're a duality here. We see these two flowers. They're a duality. You may be getting sustenance from someone who also stings you. This is a vengeful mother figure that's still sustaining you, and still you get something out of the relationship. Still, you get maybe money, maybe housing, something like that. But have they got some stingers for you? They can really hurt you. So it's like the Queen Bee in high school a little bit. If you're hanging out with her, you know, everybody can see you're popular, but it's not really popular. It's just people are afraid of her. Nobody actually likes her, but you get that boost of feeling popular and feeling in, but it's also going to come with these stings and these barbs at you, because that's how she keeps her power, is by keeping everybody scared and in line. So this is something where you're getting something out of it, but you're also getting these stings and these stingers here. So there's honey and there's stings from the same person. It's a duality here. So, and we're dealing with a duality here too. So, but here you have clearly chosen where you're putting your focus, and your focus is on the lighter things. Even though there's so much unresolved here in your life, in your heart, there's a lot of things that are still sort of in darkness and bothersome, but you've learned how to shift your focus to keep your mind bright. I mean, obviously we all have to deal with those darker things, but we can deal with them in such a way that doesn't dampen our own happiness. I mean, it does, but you can still be sad with the understanding that, you know, you're not going to be sad forever. You can be depressed with the understanding that there are people here to help and you're not going to be stuck there forever. You can be having anxiety with the understanding that it'll abate. So it can be tricky to learn, but you can learn it. Doesn't make it go away, it just makes it more bearable. Here we have Moonology, which doesn't want to, it wants me to shut up. Moonology's like, will you stop yammering? So I can talk. Okay, we have 2 full moons. So we have a lot of completion, a lot of things happening. We also have the full moon here, the secret, this thing that wants to open up. So we have full moon in Aquarius. Show the world the real you. Fascinating. Is this opening up who you really are? Aquarius is an air sign, but the air sign that brings emotion in and brings the water. It's the water bearer. So it's bringing feelings into it. So there, you might be having some ideas, you might be having some thoughts, and this is, go ahead and bring the feelings, your feelings, into whatever ideas that you have. Let the feelings flow into that idea. Let the feeling flow there. So, and let the real you flow out. It doesn't have to be, you know, you don't have to be locked away. You don't have to be pretending to be somebody you're not. You can let it flow. And we also have full moon in Capricorn, completion, the end of a tough cycle approaches. This could be this. Oh yeah, baby, it's this. End of a tough cycle. Here's your tough cycle. And here's you making some decisions, grabbing on to what's going to elevate you and what's going to work for you and what's going to bring you to a better place. So the end of a tough cycle approaches. This is full moon in Capricorn. This is something happening in reality, happening in the real world here. And it's coming to an end. It's winding down, and it's not been easy. There might be some stingers. You might have gotten stung a few times, but there it is. It's done. I really feel like the completions of these full moons, the full moon representing completion, has something to do with this, with learning how to talk about something, or having grown so much that you outgrow these two cycles, a cycle where you didn't feel like you could be yourself, and a cycle where that just had a lot of difficulty and trials with it. But looks like that's going to be coming to an end, and you're going to be able to refocus your energy. I already shuffled these. You're going to be able to refocus your energy in a more positive direction now. All right, for our dear Geminis, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Okay, this is looking interesting. In your recent past, you have this King of Pentacles. Someone or yourself was feeling very good about what they have, very much in charge. This could be a boss figure. This could be you or somebody else, but they were really in charge of their pentacles, their money, very secure in their job, a very stable type job, not usually subject to the vagaries of the fluctuating market and economy going up and down. Either you or someone you know felt a lot of stability, or you had someone in here like a boss-like figure figuring in very prominent here, and it had to do with feeling secure and smart with your money. You've possibly made a lot of good investments, but feeling very much he's earned this money. You know, this isn't like he's been a wise king and very smart with his money. So in your present situation, you have Temperance. You have two extremes that needing to come together. She's my bartender. Maybe you went from a really stable job to being a bartender. Maybe. I don't know if bartending calls to you. But this is like she's got her simple syrups and her bitters over here, and she's mixing them up to make something delicious. I don't really know how that works. I'm a terrible bartender, but I do certainly enjoy from time to time an excellent result from that. And I admire people that can put those things together. So something in your present situation is all about taking extreme heat and extreme cold and starting to mix them and bring them together to something that's drinkable, you know, an extreme bitter, extreme sweet, bringing them together to make something drinkable. So Temperance is letting things flow and letting things flow together in a way that's going to bring about life and happiness. And this is there's some sort of divine presence here that's helping this process along. So this might not be you that's doing this. This could just be some facts of your life that are, okay, this extreme thing over here that's been totally disconnected from this extreme thing over here, life's causing them to mix. So it reminds me actually of when I first started with social media all these many years ago, and I was just shocked because who was I going to be? Was I going to be the person I present to these people or the person that I present to these people? And social media really knitted me together a little more so that my family knew what my social circle was, and my social circle sort of got to know a little bit my family, and the two groups kind of combined in a way where I started to become more completely myself with both groups, and I couldn't hide because I had kept them separate for so long. So then they came together, and now here I am. I mean, I still am private on social media, but anyway, so it's like that. It's like two parts of yourself are starting to get knitted together, and you're not going to be able to keep them separated anymore. The ingredients need to come together and make the cake. So in your inner landscape is this Page of Swords. So you're exploring some sort of new idea, some sort of new communication. She has a toy sword. This is so funny. This card just shows up all over again just about every reading this week. So she's got this sword here. It's a toy sword, and she's like this. Am I doing it right? And so you've got a new idea you're exploring. You just got it in your head. It could be this thing right here that you're not quite ready to share yet, but you've got a new idea going on in your head here, and you're playing with it. It's not, you're learning about how to handle it, what to do, maybe even how to talk about it, because we do have this talk about it thing here. So we're talking about figuring out how to handle something and how to talk about something, some sort of truth, some sort of communication, and you're just kind of exploring it and playing around with it right now. You're not ready to do it yet, but you are becoming more and more ready to level up and get to this level where these words become magical and reflect growth. At issue, you have this Seven of Wands. This is standing your ground, but this, since we take this in the reversal, this can be being overly stubborn and overly belligerent. You're not just standing your ground, you're on the attack now. So standing your ground is one thing. Being a belligerent, attacking asshole is a totally different thing. Self-defense is one thing. Starting the fight is a different thing. So this looks like you might be, or somebody might be, or there's some issue where someone's starting fights and someone's starting arguments and someone's starting shit, not just defending themselves, but like starting crap with people. They might in their mind be thinking, this is self-defense, but what's actually going on is they're initiating, because what they're defending themselves against is just in their head. So this could be you or somebody you know, that you know, the threat may just be theoretical, and instead there could be this queen bee character who's both got this sustenance going on here and these stingers here. And sometimes those bees sting you even when you're being nice, even when you're sharing your picnic with them, even when you're letting them lick the ketchup off your cheek, they'll still sting you anyway. So that's a little bit of this vibe right here. In your environment, you have the Nine of Cups. You have a really emotionally fulfilling thing going on in your environment right now. You've got what you wanted. Some sort of emotional situation is completing, is full. It has everything there. It's yours. The emotional situation is, you have the full set. I mean, we have 10 of Cups, but that deals with a different issue. That's like as happy as you're gonna get. This is, you are happy. There's something around you that's very emotionally pleasing and is making you very emotionally fulfilled. There's an emotional fulfillment all around you. It's sort of enveloping your life right now, or there's something in it that's very emotionally fulfilling. Oh my gosh, the Temperance card, I was talking about that, and this is show the world the real you. So maybe you are in a situation where you're bringing two worlds together and you're starting to combine them and let people see who you really are from both sides, getting more balanced. The presentation of yourself becoming more accurate with every group you're in. Your to-do list is this Ace of Cups. I did not see this coming. But maybe it's once you learn to talk about this thing, you're learning to talk about something, you're learning about a new concept, you are going towards this more emotionally fulfilling idea, this more emotionally fulfilling concept that you're learning about right here. And then we have this Ace of Cups. We have this new beginning, this new loving, emotional beginning. So this is your to-do list. Are you to propose a new beginning with somebody, a new emotional? You're supposed to start something. You're supposed to start something that's loving and full, and to come into that divine love energy and bring that out into the world. So that's what you're doing. And then we have the Nine of Cups here. So we have the situation around you is ready for this, and then you're bringing in the Ace of Cups, this new emotional beginning, maybe a proposal, maybe something like that, where it's not really a proposal, but you are bringing in your love, who you really are, your emotional love, and then we're creating a 10 of Cups here for maximum happiness happening for you. But you have to bring that final cup in. That 10th cup is gonna be coming in for you. or you're bringing it in. You are, oh, are you refilling someone's cup, or are you refilling your old cup, your own cup? That's the energy, is filling a cup, you know, maybe, and I'm getting like sort of, oh gosh, and we have the water bearer here. So your job is to fill someone's emotional cup. That brings in the final cup of happiness here. You're the water bearer. You're showing the world the real you, and by that, with that, you're refilling someone's cup. I'm getting the image of, you know, the water filler at the restaurant. I forget what we call them, but and I have been them. The person that comes and refills your water cup, and that's your job. Your job is to sort of be the waitress that's going around and making sure somebody's cup is full of water, and they may have been depleted, and you're coming in to fill that up. It could be something with your words here. There's something that you need to say, this abracadabra, that closes out at the end of a cycle and brings the real you into the situation. And for some reason, I feel like this Ace of Cups and the secrets are the same. You need to open up your pitcher here and fill that, unlock this, and unlock yourself, I think is what we're really talking about here, because we have this Temperance card, and we have this show the world the real you. So unlocking something here, and it's going to fill somebody's cup up. The cup's going to be filled, but you've got to sort of unlock your own secret here and get your mind right, because you're playing with this idea. And then I think you come in and you share something about yourself, and it changes the situation and becomes quite magical. And you get this new emotional beginning. Your possible outcome, curiouser and curiouser, into justice. So this could mean dealing with like the justice system, courts, that kind of thing, which only sometimes actually reflects real justice. Or this could be some sort of fairness coming into a situation. Look, she's got this sword here, this truth, and it's a full-size sword now. So when you start bringing your love and who you really are out into the world, this toy sword gets replaced with a real sword of truth. And then now we're actually wielding the truth of who you are. And yes, this abracadabra, this speaking the truth, it's magical, okay? And it's going to bring some fairness and some justice and some balance into a situation that has lacked that. So we have this, yeah, you're opening something up. You're learning about something, you're learning about a truth, you're learning about how to talk about something, and you're opening yourself up and you're presenting it and bringing it into the world here. The real you is coming out here, and you're gonna bring something beautiful to the world, and that brings you a lot of happiness. It brings a lot of people a lot of happiness. It's unlocking of yourself, and it also brings the end of a difficult cycle to an end. So we're talking about really unlocking some sort of part of yourself this week and being honest and truthful about it. And once you bring that out into the world, there's going to be some happiness, some fairness, some justice, all of that. So Gemini, wonderful reading. I hope that works for you. Let's see. I really appreciate your likes, comments, and subscribes. They're very encouraging for me, and they also help raise the visibility of the channel so that other people can find these messages. So thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful week.